Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Resident Culture Brewing out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This beer is called Brain God. See, there's a brain in the label. It really makes me think of Brain or Krang was the whole body. It really makes me think of Brain from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I wonder if that was the inspiration in this. But, anyways, this is a 6% IPA. Oh, sorry. This is made from, brewed by Resident Culture Brewing out of Charlotte, North Carolina. But this is an IPA that was brewed with wet hops, which were, just picked for the season, which I'm always down for wet hop beers. I think they're always really interesting. And you only get to drink them for like a month, so, But this is a wet hopped IPA brewed with freshly picked Chinook hops. So now I'm even more intrigued. I don't know if this is, it says Chinook, but I don't know if this is just Chinook or if it's just saying that there's Chinook in it. I'm not really sure. But Chinook is definitely more of an old school, traditional, like dank West Coast hop. So I'm pretty intrigued to see if that's all it is. If this is like, I'm curious if this is even going to be like cloudy or New England IPA, or if they're trying to make it as traditional as possible. We'll see. And this is 6.0 ABV. So it definitely is. It's definitely hazy for sure. It has a really nice, like at least one finger's worth of fluffy white head that's not going anywhere. It's actually, I don't know, maybe because I'm used to those old school hops being in old school IPAs and them having like a darker malt profile or something like that. But this is really light. So I wasn't really expecting that, but we'll see. I'm definitely getting Chinook out of this. It's very dank and floral and earthy. But it also smells like very clean. I mean, you could tell by looking at it, but it just in general, like, I don't think this is going to be like a West Coast IPA. So I'm pretty excited to see what this tastes like. Well, there's tiny specks of hops floating in there. So this is the third beer that I've done a review for out of the 3 cans that they just released 2 weeks ago. And I am blown away by how good this is. I'm not sure if I've ever had a Chinook. Actually, I definitely have, but it's been like a double IPA from Flying Dog, which I wouldn't, trust their IPAs for anything. But I don't know that I've had like a Chinook only IPA from a brewery that I really respect as far as brewing those styles. I know Brew Gentleman's done like a Cascade one and Centennial one, which are both really great, but I don't think they've done a Chinook one, so I would be interested to see them do that too. But this is really great. I think especially because it's wet hopped, very fresh, juicy, like blend of pine and oranges. And it almost has like this tree sap taste. Like it's very earthy and piney, but it does have a nice citrusy, orangey character to it as well. There is something about this that I don't know. Like it must be the fresh. I'm assuming it's the fresh hops. It's just like, it's just the taste just lingers and lingers and lingers, and it does taste just like super fresh, crushed up like pine needles and orange slices. It's really really good. And I would really really like to know. I might message these guys to find out if this actually is just 100% Chinook, because if it is, one, they did an amazing job getting the most out of it, out of that hop that I could ever think of. But it also makes me reimagine what that hop can do. Because every single time I think of Chinook, I think of Arrogant Bastard, because it's like 100% Chinook and it's just like super bittering hops. Like, and this is the complete opposite of that. And I would say the bitterness level was actually, in my opinion, it's kind of on the lower end for their beers, especially considering if this is just Chinook, because most Chinook beers have, or Chinook in general is used for bittering. So beers that are predominantly Chinook usually are more bitter because they're usually West Coast style. But the bitterness is pretty toned down. Even for one of their beers, it's kind of toned down. Not that their beers are super bitter, but for New England IPAs, they're, I would say, on the more bitter side. And this is kind of, it's not sweet by any means. It's really dry, which is another reason why it's so good. But it's also not very bitter. Like, it's not stinging my tongue at all. I could drink the crap out of this. And it's funny because the first two that they did out of these three that they released, I was like, these are both really, really good. And I see why people are saying these are better than this one. But I don't know. Because of the uniqueness and how impressed I am that they got this out of just using fresh hop Chinook, I might say that this is my favorite out of the three, to be honest. To me, to be impressed by an IPA, it's not, I mean, for the most part, it's flavor. I'm pretty hedonistic, but it's also what are the tools that you're working with. If you're trying to do a new school style and you're using all Chinook, like, there's really only so much you can do with it. And they completely stretched those possibilities, in my opinion. Because this is really, really good. I think this was $18 a 4-pack. Yeah, because I think that's what the other two were as well. And it is absolutely, absolutely worth it. This is really, really good stuff. And just for the fact that it's just Chinook, it makes me even more impressed and mind blown. So definitely seek this out. If you want to see a brewery take old school hops and put them into some, like, a newer style and make them, really, really shine, this is a beer that you should go after. It's very, very good. Yeah, it's absolutely a buy for me. So I think that's all I got on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.